There's always something special about this time. We get to watch preseason football. There's a bunch of guys that get to live out a dream tomorrow. Yeah, it's a step towards the regular season. It's not maybe as important as it's been in years past, but nonetheless, we get football, which now is on a limited time, apparently, over there at Cleveland Browns Stadium. You got to soak it in, man. You got to get down there and get every minute that you can of football down there at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And I think it's an important step for the Cleveland Browns that we've had that over the last couple of years, where you have preseason games for what they're meant for. Guys getting a little bit of work in, some backup roles getting figured out. A lot of the starters aren't expected to play tomorrow, and that's fine. You know, I'd like to see Deshaun Watson out there. I wanted that. You're not going to get that. Okay, fine, here we go. But that's truly what the preseason is meant for. With this Browns team being ready to go the way they are, I don't have to worry about a quarterback competition, Ryan. I'm not worried about who a starting player is going to be at some pivotal role. I'm not trying to get Kevin Stefanski up to speed on play calling. All that stuff is set, man. So we've had a little twist because in this town, we love football, and we get a little piece of it tomorrow as they take on the Green Bay Packers in preseason action. We get to see their starters. Do we put some of the Packers in the preseason drinking game presented by Garage Beer? We'll explain that. We'll figure that out throughout the show. I'm really excited. I just want to do 2 hours of getting ready to go for the preseason drinking game, which we will explain coming up very shortly. So we'll get geared up for that and ready to go for the Browns tomorrow. Guards!
Big one.
Big day. Big day, big weekend. Send that message back to the Twins. We'll get some Guardians going on that. We had some football last night to get your little appetizer, so to speak. We got some tonight. We'll get geared up for that. A little college football to sprinkle in today as well. We'll get to the... Do we take the day off on the grid? Do we get a reset on the grid?
I mean, I think that's what the weekend's for.
All right, so we'll get to the grid as an exercise of futility because we screwed it up yesterday. James Washington. We'll get to our bracket. We got time up, the morning update. It's a beautiful football Friday right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Dude, I love preseason football. The only knock I have for tomorrow, it's not a night game. I want every preseason game at night. You know, we don't get a lot of night games like, Sunday, Monday night during the regular season. I want them all at night. Kind of takes you back to high school a little bit. When you're in early in the season, you got to play at night because it's so hot during the day. I want them under the lights, man. But 4:25 tomorrow. Ryan, I saw a true sign of preseason football. Porta potties are in Muni Lot. The porta potties are lined up in Muni Lot. You ain't getting that at Brook Park. Well, I guess you probably would.
Why would you not get porta potties at Brook Park?
Well, it's like, this is, okay, my mind works in weird ways. And I apologize sometimes, other times I don't. I don't, just ask my wife. I'm a weirdo. So I was driving in, as I always do, and I saw, Muni Lot, and it's staged up because we have a home game tomorrow. And I thought about that, of where is the debauchery going to happen? You know what I mean? And it's like we've all been to Muni Lot. Do you know what debauchery is?
Yeah, it's just
okay.
A big word.
That's a $2 word for us here. We usually don't have words like that. So it's a good $2 word there for you. You've been to Muni Lot, right? I've been to Muni Lot. We've all been there in different stages of our lives, usually maybe in your early 20s, like Ryan currently is. And you get down there with your friends and, your quick story on that. So my wife and I went one time, and no joke, we were the last car into Muni Lot for a home opener against the Miami Dolphins. We sat in our cars to get into Muni Lot for almost 2 hours. Her and I got downtown a little after 7 o'clock. We sat on Lakeside for 45 minutes. We finally turned on to East 9th, and we're like, all right, here we go. Sat there for another half an hour, and then we sat for almost an hour just on the ramp to get down to 2, right? So we finally are making our way down. And the first exit is always closed, right? So we're going to the second one, right? And a group of my friends were already there. They were season ticket holders, and they had their spot, and they were way, way, way down on the east end of Muni Lot. So my wife, we weren't even married yet. We were still dating. We're sitting in my tiny Toyota Corolla. And thank God I filled up the gas tank, right? So we're sitting there, and I'm like, all right, we'll get there eventually. And they got a spot for us and everything. Bro, we pull up. We're 3 cars away from getting in the Muni lot. The lady pulls the gate. And I was like, no! I was like, no! 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 And they start waving at the cars, and they go, nope, go this way. And I'm like, ah! And I was like, I pull up, and I was like, ma'am, do you see my friends? And my friends see us, and they're waving, they're jumping, they're like going, like, oh, and then they're pointing to an open spot.
Yeah.
Because this was so long ago, they weren't policing you take up extra spots and you got to pay and all that kind of stuff. Like, my buddies are waving, and they go, we got to have this spots for them. And I go, and I was trying to be like, ma'am, I go, do you see those guys over there? Those are my friends. Like that you see that spot they're pointing to? Like, I'm telling you, that's my spot. Here's my money. I'm not trying to get in for free. I was like, please, God, let us in the Muni lot. Please, God, let us in the Muni lot. And this, God bless that lady. I don't know where she is. I don't know who she is, but thank you. She goes, okay. She goes, but you're the last one.
Wow.
And she pulls the gate. I give her my cash. I pull in. My buddies threw me a beer through my window. I caught it. I got out. I chugged it. I was like, we made it. Like,
your lucky day.
God, we made it. So, Muni lot, and then, okay, another story. So we're walking out, right? And we're on the walk back to the game. And obviously, for the male demographic out there, or however you identify, it's fine. It's easier just to walk up that hill and do your business, right? So we're walking out, and my now wife, she's like, I don't know if I'll make it to the stadium. I go up to an RV, and I go, hey, man, can I pay you $10? Let my girl go in. And
$10?
He looked at me and he goes, sure. And I go, all I have is a 20 and I ain't got change.
You're tripping for that. I would have said, bro, I'll throw you $2.
Dude, well, so first off, we were still dating at the time. So I wanted to do the chivalrous, gentlemanly thing.
That's fair.
You know, and granted, now we are married and she's mine. She's my lady, she's the one for me. So, like, I was still in that courting phase, so to speak. Sure. And I also, like, I want to leave her like that. Nobody wants to have to do that, crossing your legs when you walk over. So I paid the guy $20 to let go use the bathroom in his RV.
You should have just asked him for free, and then if he says no,
well,
be like,
that guy was hard up, man. He was looking at me, he was like, I don't know. I was like, bro, I'm like, please. Do you want to know the weird thing though? He wouldn't let me go in with her. And I was like, we're not going to, come on, man. Yeah. Like, we're not going in but I was worried, I was like trying to keep an eye out. I go, whatever. We got off the bus when we walk over. So it got me thinking as I was driving in, we're getting ready to go. Like, Muni lot takes on and listen, you know where we're at with the stadium thing. Like, I'm over it. They're going to Brook Park. I don't like it. It is what it is. They don't care what I think. Whatever. They're going to Brook Park. But I thought about that because Muni lot is a very debauched. Like, where are they going to park that giant Browns bus, the dog bus? Like, does that, like, could you, those beautiful renderings of this $1 billion stadium, and then there's this hunk of crap ambulance that somebody bought off a city for $2,500, painted it, put Hanford on it, put a big Brownies helmet on. Where's that going to go in Brook Park?
There'll be room.
They'll have a lot somewhere, but it won't be Muni lot.
Why not?
It's just not gonna be, man.
Yeah, but of course you
there's memories.
Say that.
There's things about Muni lot. Again,
okay, but
going up the hill, the train tracks.
I get what you're saying, but I'm sure there was a Muni lot, quote unquote, before there was that Muni lot.
No, that was always there. It was always just the thing, and it's like then the pit and West 6th and all that other stuff that you miss out on. Like, again, I'm not fighting it. There's no point in fighting it anymore. But there are people that literally for decades they've had their plans and they're going there, and that's what they do. And I'm gonna be sad, maybe more about the death of the Muni lot than I am about the stadium, because there are, like I just told you that story. Like, there are memories like that for me. That you create new memories, I guess, and you'll find your way over there at Brook Park. But it's just as they do all these glitzy and glammy parking lots, like, it's not going to be the Muni lot. People with open pit fires, the porta-johns they bring that you're not supposed to do, sitting there in the bus, opening the car door. You're gonna people are gonna be doing that over in a brand new parking lot, just opening the car door, doing your business. Come on now, you're gonna lose that essence of football.
That's what a dome does.
It's sad, man. Just sad. But as I was driving in, I was like, I was staring at Muni lot, and I'm like, man, I go, damn. I go, it's going to be a sad one. It's
I've
going to
never
be sad to
tailgated in
go.
it.
What's that?
I've never tailgated in it.
What?
I've walked through it.
You've
like
never
twice.
tailgated in Muni Lot.
Nope.
You have to get that done over the next 3 years, man. You got to go over there. And I mean, yeah, not walk through. I'm talking about you get there at 6:15 in the morning and you hang out.
I just wish that, like, I love NFL Sundays. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like I don't want to wake up hungover and go to work.
What make the sacrifice Saturday night? Oh, you're talking about
the
Sunday.
Muni lot.
You're done by the walk is at 1 o'clock. You're done by 4 o'clock. Go to sleep.
No, I'm young, Matt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should be able to recover a lot better. Me, I would not survive in Muni Lot anymore. I'm done.
saying the night goes on though after the game.
Not necessarily. It doesn't have to.
Yeah, you got Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, go home, lay on your couch, order takeout, just lay on your couch and watch football the rest of the day. That's what you do. But it's like, and obviously there will be a lot of people there for preseason and all that. Should we add that to the preseason drinking game?
What?
A B-roll shot of Muni Lot?
They're not going to put that.
What do you mean? I don't know.
No.
It could be anything. It could be anything. All right, we got to talk about the game coming up. But I sent the tweet out this morning. We'll retweet it at Big Play. It's at Matt Fontana 83. We'll get it up at Matt Fontana Show. It is the Big Play preseason drinking game presented by Garage Beer. We love you guys. Let's go. Here's how it works. We need things that will happen in the game tomorrow. Submit them on YouTube. You can tweet them at us, and we will do, of course. So let me explain the drinking game. This goes back to the Shark Week drinking game. When you watch Shark Week on Discovery, they put out a list. Somebody speaks in an Australian accent. You take 2 sips. A dramatic reenactment of a shark attack. You take 5 sips. Someone introduces themselves as a shark expert. You take 2 sips. The shark leaves the water. Start your chug and don't stop until they go back into the water. All those things we now equated to the Cleveland Browns. So anything. And it could be on the field, a play. It could be something in the broadcast booth. Now, here's the interesting. I didn't know this. Joe Thomas apparently is like in Germany for a year or something. Whatever. He's not doing the game. He's not doing the game preseason. Joe was all in on the preseason drinking game. He would actually come on my show and talk about it. And then I was like, well, that's great because you're in the booth. You could kind of rig this and make sure something gets said. Like when we would play the Eagles, we made Joe say something about cheesesteaks. He did. Everybody had a couple of sips.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what I mean? Like he knew the game.
I would just be spamming cheesesteaks.
That's what I'm saying. Like every time it was 2 sips and all that kind of stuff. So he actually, and this is something that we will forever do for the Hall of Famer every time we do this, because Ryan, he gave us the idea of the beer chancellor. Would you care me to explain the beer chancellor in our drinking game?
Is that like they're like the administrator?
Kind of. So this is what you do. If this is a play with friends type thing, you have to be in a group, okay? So if you are at home or at the bar, or even you play along at the game, I guess. This is an easy one to play along with the game. So let's say, I don't know, you, me, Gab, Dave, and Nick are all sitting there to watch the game. Everybody in your group, pick who you think will score the first touchdown for the Cleveland Browns. So give me your answer. Who do you think's scoring the first touchdown for the Cleveland Browns tomorrow? And again, this gets into the nitty gritty of like, it's not Sean Watson and Nick Chubb.
I'll go Ced Till.
Okay, you're going to go Cedric Tillman. I will go Matt Landers.
Who?
Ned Flanders? No, Matt Landers. He's a wide receiver. Did you even know he was on the Cleveland Browns? Okay.
Nope.
Let's say Gab takes Pierre Strong, and then Dave takes Michael Woods, okay? Whoever scores that touchdown, the first one, they then become the beer chancellor for the rest of the game. Here's how it goes. If you're at a bar or the game, they don't pay for another beer. Everybody else has to buy their beers. If you're sitting at home, beers are already paid for. They don't get up out of their seat. Every beer needs to be delivered to them.
God forbid, what if the Browns don't score a touchdown?
That happened to us last year. Or like they scored a touchdown with like 5 minutes to go in the game. Okay? That is the roll of the dice of the beer chancellor. So that is a standard in the preseason drinking game for us. And again, I want any and all suggestions. because like this is meant for the people, right? So here's a couple that I came up with already. Number one, I like doing a lot of the rookies because they'll play. Your boy, Jawan Briggs or Michael Hall gets a sack.
Okay.
How many sips? 3? 4?
Yeah, that's not a sack's a big
It's
deal.
not going to happen often, and they might not play all that much.
I would say 4 sips.
4 sips it is. Number 2, we're just starting out. This is just spitballing. We'll come up with a lot. Cade York is back on the Cleveland Browns. I will bring back the York chug. When he kicks a field goal, you start your chug of your garage beer. When the ball leaves his foot, you don't stop till it goes through the upright.
Okay.
Or hits the ground or whatever. You know, you might miss. Lord knows you might miss. I thought about this. Who was the preseason star for the Cleveland Browns a year ago?
DTR.
Well, yeah, and he'll be a part of this. I would say Ronnie, the preseason interception machine, Hickman. He gets an INT. How many sips?
Well, I feel like it should just be an int in general.
Yeah, but I want to do Ronnie Hickman, though, because he was picking everybody off.
I don't like that. I just said int. Interception.
Interception. We got to shorten that up there for us on the show. We're on work.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to do a Hickman because it was like,
okay, well,
that should be a big one.
Yeah, make
finish your drink.
Yeah, finish your drink.
Finish your drink.
Yeah,
that's fine. You know, because again, that might only happen one.
It has to be Ronnie though, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Ronnie. It's got to be Ronnie. Anything else? And again, this is just the start of the list. And Reflog got us on this retweet now. So I think you get the sense of what I'm saying. And then we can do broadcast things like Chris Rose, Nathan Zagura, and Aditi Kinkabala are on the call. Every time they go down to Aditi, every time I do a sideline hit, that'll get you a little toast. And by the way, you can play with water. You can play with pop. You can play with iced tea. You can play with whatever you want. It's meant for everybody. Doesn't have to. You can be whatever drink you do. You stay away from those spirits, though. Don't you be doing. Oh, I'll play with vodka. Pour me a little tequila. Don't.
Four Loko.
We're garage beer, man. Let's do the garage beer. It's nice. It's delicious. It's beer tasting beer. That's what it's supposed to be. Do garage beer. So that's it. That's like kind of the little start here. And again, it's like I'd like something a little bit more in the broadcast sense of it. Like, okay, it's the Packers. Cheese reference.
Anytime you see it,
cheese curds. Cheese curds are brought up. Yeah, that's kind of it's a Wisconsin thing, right?
Every time they bring up, you got to do something. Every time they mention how it went from Favre to Rodgers to Love.
They love that narrative. Now we're getting the wheels turning, buddy. But yes,
they always do that.
Yes, anytime they mention the Green Bay quarterback lineage.
Yeah,
that's how many sips? 5, 4. It'll probably only be done once because Jordan Love's only going to play early.
So 5.
5. Okay. Stadium discussion.
Well, yeah.
That's got to be a low bar. We need some 1 and 2 sippers on this thing too. You know what I mean?
Mike said discussion on how far Brook Park is from downtown.
I like that. Yeah. 16 sips because it's 16 miles away. I'll do a low one. Any stadium discussion, let's do 2 sips on that. We need some lower sippage here on this. And I usually like to do, 6, 7, 8, 10, somewhere around that range of rules for this. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to get it all done throughout the show. And again, I want every idea. It's like no idea is a bad idea. Brainstorm session. We'll get a giant list, and then we'll pare it down at the end of the show. We're going to make a nice graphic with garage beer. We'll send it out. You can print it at home. You can play along however you want to do it, all right? So that's how it's going to kind of work there. So any stadium discussion is 2 sips. Anything else, like, specific with the Cleveland, like, I like the players. You want to do something with Jameis? Because he's going to play. We should probably do DTR. Do you want to do a DTR touchdown?
Yeah, it should be big anytime they bring up Joe Flacco.
Will that be done, you think?
No, they're going to bring it up.
You think it'll be done? Okay.
I think they're going to bring it up.
Okay. All right. Joe Flacco.
They're going to recap the season, of course. And
well, I mean, the other thing is, and this is a layup, that's probably why I put in there, the discussion. I'm like, Deshaun Watson not playing in the preseason,
Yeah.
Something with Nick Chubb. I don't know.
Brandon
Ayuk.
2 sips every time they show Vrabel.
I'd like that. Yes. Oh, well, no. He's not on the sidelines for the game.
Oh, he'll be in the booth?
He's not there. He has no Sunday.
Right.
He has no game day responsibilities.
Well, just then 2 times every time they mention Vrabel.
All right. Any okay, Joe Flacco reference, Mike Vrabel reference. 2 sips, 3. We need some lower sippage here. 3. Okay. Because I also thought about if they show the video of him racing with Jameis, because
we need to do something with Chubb.
Yeah, but it's like I don't think they'll show that hit, right? They ain't gonna show the hit.
But we need more Packers ones.
We do. I'm all for some Packers ones. Like Jordan Love is playing. We got anytime there's a Green Bay quarterback lineage discussion on that. But I mean, do you want it cheese curds? I'd like to do something surrounding the Packers, but I don't know exactly what's ticking my fancy there with the Packers. It's open. Hey, man, we got an hour and a half to go. Send your tweets in for anything related. And I think hopefully people have a good idea of kind of what we're shooting for here, right? When it comes to the preseason drink game presented by Garage Beer. So it's like any little thing that happens in the game, we're good to go. I think I've got some of our bases covered here. We'll give more thoughts to that a little bit later as we get ready to go. To dive into the game tomorrow, the best thing about it is, and the reason we do the preseason drink game, I don't care. Get everybody out of that healthy. I'm a little intrigued to see who will play as far as the starters go. And we know, obviously, Watson's not going to play. It's going to be Jameis Winston. You followed up with DTR and Tyler Huntley and all that kind of stuff. But it's so great that you can go and just be focused on getting some work in. And knowing, and you want to know what, too, right? I keep saying the Eagles. They have joint practice with the Vikings next week, not the Eagles. So you have your joint practices coming up, which is great, and you get your work in there. But it's nice to be in here, and I'm not dividing up quarterback reps. I'm not worried about, hey, man, who's our starting left tackle going to be? I want some of the offensive linemen out there, fine. I don't need to see Amari Cooper. I think Cedric Tillman is a pretty big one. I want to see him play. And it's like, that is what the essence of the preseason is going to be. And we went through such a stretch where it was pivotal. Preseason games were important to the Browns. And now I can finally join the rest of the league in saying we don't care. Yes, again, it's important for the backups and to get stuff on tape so they can work at practice and all that kind of stuff. I've got no meaningful position battles, no meaningful, hey, we got to get this, Ken Dorsey's, not even that. Ken Dorsey's not even calling plays. So like, oh, he's got to get up to speed on that. None of that. So I can sit back. I will watch every second of that game tomorrow, be excited about it, and no, I just want everybody to come out of that game healthy. We get smoked 75-0, and I won't care, right? It doesn't matter. It's just preseason football. And that's the important thing of getting ready to go tomorrow. So that being said, Ryan, I did want to see, do you have something that you are focusing on tomorrow? I think Jameis Winston might be the easy answer, but what does that then equate to? That you have an uneasiness that he's actually going to have to play for you this year. Like, that's fine, man. I know who Jameis Winston is. I know what he could do on a football field. It'll be fun to see him out there, sure, but I'm not sitting there counting my chickens saying, you might have to play for us this year. Dude, don't have to worry about it. You really should not have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, things I'll be watching. Obviously, Mike Hall. That'll be a big one.
He's on there for our drinking game, yes.
I guess the line and the offensive line in general.
Are we going to get Wyatt Teller? Like, is he going to,
I don't know.
I
don't think, realistically, is Judy going to play? He didn't come into camp fully healthy.
Well, he's hurt now, too. He's missing practice, so I don't think he's playing.
But, Ced Tillman will be cool to see. I'm interested in Jamari Thrash, obviously. Sure. And then, linebackers outside of Jock, Devin Bush, Jordan Hicks,
they'll play.
Nathaniel Watson. And, outside of that, you'll see. I do want to see some Cam Mitchell, especially if Newsom's going to be out.
Sure.
Other than that,
it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's nice. And I think it's the bigger picture, too, of where the Browns are at. They were able to enter this training camp with, again, you're battling the injuries and you wait to see about, again, Watson and waiting to go for Nick Chubb. but you didn't have all of that other stuff. You didn't have the drama. You didn't have to deal with who's playing where and fixing all that kind of stuff up. And I would hope that leans towards having a productive preseason and a productive training camp. That's it for me. Again, where I don't really care about the results, don't really care how many people are playing. I'm just about the like, did you get your work in? Did you get done what you needed to get done? And it's a little flip, I think, for Browns fans, because, again, we love football in this town. And there will be a lot of people over there at that stadium, and they'll be excited for the game tomorrow, as we all will be as well. But it's just nice that there's not all this other hoopla and all this other stuff that we got to be focusing on to get ready to go for the season. That's it. And the thing is, tomorrow will not suffice your appetite for football. We're all still going to be ready to go for Dallas week 1 and the excitement for that. But it's more about just checking off boxes. Yep, okay, we got that. We got this guy in there. And there will be roster battles. And I love Cleveland Browns fans for a lot of reasons, man. And we're smart. And again, I joke about Matt Landers, who people might not know who that is. Yes, he's on the roster. He's a wide receiver. You'll be introduced. Another staple of drinking game. Somebody makes a play, and you go, who the fuck is that? I call that the who the fuck is that?
Okay, I like that.
And you go, I didn't even know that guy was on the team.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that? A player you didn't even know was on the Browns makes a play. One sip. Because that might happen more than you think about it, and that's where, like, third and fourth quarter, you might be cracking another couple of garage beers over there. And that's on the honor system. Don't sit there and try to tell me that you knew about that guy. Can we get deep into the depth chart here? Marcus Haynes. What position does he play, Ryan?
Sounds like a DN.
Ah, nice! He is
he?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
he
go.
is. Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Landon Honeycutt. Who they just signed, by the way.
It sounds like a receiver.
No. Linebacker. That's a good name. Landon Honeycutt. By the way, did you see they signed Rex Sunahara yesterday, long snapper? Another guy I called high school games for over there at Bay Village. Do we make mention of that? Wait, what? Is there something wrong with Charlie Hewitt?
I don't know.
That's weird to sign a long snapper.
That was weird. Maybe he's just for some reason not going to be available.
Yeah, maybe he's injured or something like that. I don't know.
Personal matter. I don't know.
Who knows? But they signed a long snapper yesterday. It's from Bay Village. Did that make it?
Apparently, Twitter was just absolutely destroying James Hudson. They were saying he looks awful.
Somebody, I saw that. I think I saw the same tweet about it. That oh god, it was oh my god, Coach Martin. I think he's an offensive line guy. I think he works maybe with the OBR or something like that. And he sent a tweet that he's like,
oh yeah, I saw that one.
Did you see that? Because he's sitting there and he mentioned some veteran guy.
His Avi is like him in a tie.
Yeah.
That
know, Coach Way. Yeah, shout out to him. And he had a tweet because he was ripping James Hudson.
Yeah.
Coach Matt Wilson. Great name, Matt. Appreciate you. And he goes, I never understand why the Browns continue to keep James Hudson when Donovan Smith is out there. You can get him for a $2.5 million deal in 1 year. I don't know, man. You can't pay he's a swing tackle, man. I shouldn't have to worry about James freaking Hudson. Yeah, he's up there because Jed Wills isn't playing right now. I don't know what to tell you. But it's like I saw the same thing you did, and I just wonder, like, that fall off for Bill Callahan, right? Like, some of these guys have been here and been immersed in Bill Callahan, and you would like to think, like, oh, he taught you this stuff last year. Just, like, remember this. It's never that freaking easy, man. It's never that easy. Ooh, Bill Callahan reference? No. That's too deep.
Yeah, that's a deep,
right.
Yeah,
that's a deep cut. We're not playing the Titans. If we're playing the Titans, is there a Green Bay connection? Wait a minute. Wait. Let me get Green Bay's roster here.
That's true.
Let's see here.
Mike Pettin's not still on that team, right?
No, he's in Minnesota.
Okay.
And I unfortunately know that because that young man that passed away, they said Kevin O'Connell had to go to the funeral. Mike Pettin took over as the head coach there.
Gotcha.
All right, so, like, Christian Watson's not going to play. Are they? I don't know. Jordan Love's playing.
No, I think Watson's banged up.
Probably the hip again, or
or like he avoided some scary injury, I guess.
All right, I'm just looking to see if there's any former Browns and or Northeast Ohio guys on the Packers. I don't see a 1.
Deep. No,
I don't see a 1. No.
I'm just trying to think of connections, and this is super, super deep.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to bring up, but like Clay Matthews Sr. and Clay Matthews.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Again, this is our brainstorming session. I'd like where your head's at. Yeah. I like where your head's at. Yeah, let me look at I didn't look. Green Bay coaching staff. Right, there's nobody up there. Luke Butkus is their offensive line coach. All right, Matt LaFleur. Yeah, I do nothing. I got nothing. The only thing, and again, this is a deep cut. Jeff Hafley is their defensive coordinator. He used to be at Ohio State. That's it.
I don't think they'll bring this up.
That's it.
But correct me if I'm wrong. The last time the Packers and Browns played was that Christmas when Baker threw like 4 picks.
That sounds right to me. Yeah, but I don't think they'd bring that up, right? That's kind of a deep one there. I don't think so. I don't see much from the Packers side of things for a carryover there. So again, we'll take any and all for the drinking game this morning. See, the meme Grimmich says Brandon Ayuk trade mention. Okay. Ooh, Mike with a good one. Do they show the Nick Chubb squatting video? You do 1,000 sips for 1,000. No, I'm just kidding.
I could see him doing that.
You want to put it in there?
Finish your drink.
Nah.
They're only going to show it once.
Yeah. Nick Chubb's squat video shown. 650. No. You want to do 5 sips?
Sure.
All right, 5 sips. We need some more like 1-2 sippers there on that. Okay, I like that. Right now we got about 12. Got about 10 or 12. So we'll keep those rolling as the show goes on. Getting ready to go for the Browns game tomorrow with our preseason drinking game presented by our friends at Garage Beer. To the Guardians for today, man. I'm like, I'm kind of like, I almost wanted. I'm back into like a bad spot with them. And it's like this week in and week out thing where it's like they have a great week. I put some eggs in that basket. Then they show up and they don't do anything. You're back in this today with a doubleheader, which always is not fun. Starts at 2:10 on freaking. Am I going to get that on Bally's? Can I watch that on Bally's today? I have no idea. Here's the scariest thing as you enter this 4-game series, Ryan. They sweep you there in first place.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They sweep you in first place.
Don't say that.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. And they're on a 2-game. They've lost back-to-back games on the Twins side of things, too. But even now, the Royals are just 4 back. Twins are just 3.5 back. I'm putting some pressure on this damn series, man. And it's like...
As you should. I mean, it's nuts. Like you said, if they sweep us, they're in first place. But vice versa, we sweep them. I mean, you're back to a comfortable lead.
Yeah,
and it would be
exactly.
kinda, I don't want to say hard at that point then to not win the division, but boy, would that give you that boost.
Here's what I'm going to ask for. I'm going to ask for a split today, and then you go get it Saturday, Sunday. That's what I'm going to ask for the Guardians over the next weekend here. So again, we have not announced our starter for game 1, right? Because here's what ESPN has. We do not have a starter. Alex Cobb goes in the night game tonight. Then you have Gavin Williams Saturday and nobody listed for Sunday. Then you go Lively, Carrasco, Cobb. So, like, Logan Allen, who's still here, might get one of those starts. They might activate Matthew Boyd for one of those. Right? Have I seen anything on that? Let me check Justin Latta this morning to see if Justin had anything on that.
What are you expecting out of Cobb tonight? What can you expect?
I mean, so first off, he was kind of dealing down there when he was in the mine. But again, he's a veteran guy. He should be doing that. A quality start. You know, again, 6 innings, 2 runs? Like that I'm fine with that. He's got Grady Sizemore highlights. By the way, congratulations to Grady Sizemore on that. Isn't that something that's Grady Sizemore getting in? So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know who's in line to start this game today, right? Am I missing that?
No, it's not listed. I mean,
they'll have some sort of announcement at some. So, like, that's even like a little bit harder to get excited, or not excited, but like to really dive into this game. And I'm still going to, again, I'm going to ask the Guardians to split today, get after it this weekend. But yeah, to your point about Alex Cobb, I'm going to ask for a quality start tonight, because now how you manage the bullpen over this stretch is going to be really hard. And then even when you get done with Minnesota, you go straight to back home versus Chicago for 3 games. You don't even get the off day till next Thursday. So what is that? You're playing 7 games over the next 5 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You have 7 games in 6 days straight up before you get your off day. That bullpen management that we talked about on a little bit on yesterday's show, that you're using these guys a ton. And that's on Stephen Vogt as a rookie manager. I just get Carl Willis and a bunch of people around him, but like, that's going to be a tough ask for him to be able to navigate this, let alone, again, when you're not really even sure who your starters are going to be. I know they know. Like, they have an idea what it's going to be. But yeah, I mean, for Alex Cobb tonight, that's what I ask for. And like, that kind of shaping of, they'll get Bybee back. Like, I know that too. When did Gavin Rodriguez pitch? Or Gavin Williams. Yeah, I was looking at Eduardo Rodriguez.
His last outing, I believe, was
Sunday.
The Orioles.
Yeah.
When he
Sunday. When he got
kind of
smoked.
Yeah.
So yeah, have him pitch today.
Pitch. Yeah, if you needed it to.
You could bump him up, and then Bybee could go tomorrow. That's probably what it's going to be. You have Gavin Williams pitch today, you go Bybee tomorrow, and then you kind of supplement from there.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing, too, is like for Minnesota,
I wish we had Bybee tonight.
Bailey Ober goes for them. He's 11-5 with a 3.7 ERA. So do we miss, hang on. Who's their stud starter for the Twins? I'm thinking
Pablo Lopez?
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Ryan, too, right? So do we miss both of them? No, there's no way. A 4-game set. We got to catch one of those guys. Hang on. They got Bailey Ober, then Varland, then Woods. Then they have some guy named Festa going. Guess we avoid those guys. Even more of a reason. Win your 3 out of 4 and get after it for the Guards. So again, I'm going to put a lot on this series. I asked them to do the same, and we'll figure it out. To flip back to football, I didn't scroll down on this, Ryan, because it's another one of these ones that I think I know what I'm going to see when I click on it. But I want to bring it up anyway. Lance Zierlein, draft analyst for NFL.com. The one pivotal rookie for every single team. Is he going to list Michael Hall?
Ooh, can we do this for other teams?
Yeah, I got the whole list. Literally every single team, one pivotal rookie. And I can go by the division. Let me get you the AFC North here. Let me scroll down. All right, Miami, Chop Robinson, Penn State linebacker.
Right.
Patriots, Jalen Polk, Malachi Corley for the Jets. All right, AFC North. You want the other teams first?
Yeah, can I guess them?
Sure. I don't know how well you're in on their draft guys, but yeah, sure. Baltimore.
Nate Wiggins?
No.
So it's got to be a line.
Wait, he goes, while Nate Wiggins was the first-round pick, he went with somebody else.
Okay, then I might not know if it's not
Roger Rosengarten, second-round pick.
Center?
He's going to play probably right tackle.
Oh, okay.
He's going to play right tackle for them, and that's been the thing on Baltimore all I've seen. Their offensive line is in shambles. Like, they don't know who's starting. Ronnie Stanley ain't the same anymore. So he goes Roger Rosengarten. Cincinnati Bengals.
Marius Mims?
Yep, that is correct. The hulking man, 18th overall. They're trying to protect Joe Burrow. 100% Amarius Mims is the answer. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh God, who did the Steelers draft? Was it a center?
Yeah, well, not a center, but their offensive line guy they got.
Was that Graham Barton?
No, it was their first-round guy, Troy Fontana from Washington.
Yeah, okay.
Now, remember, they drafted Rome Wilson.
Yes,
but that was later, and they didn't put him on this list. And he also said Zach Frazier, who you mentioned a little bit earlier. But Fontana,
that's right.
If he can turn into something, they do offensive linemen pretty well. To the Cleveland Browns.
Was it Mike Hall?
Yeah, of course it was Mike Hall. It's like, come on, give me something else. But the other thing, and the reason I wanted to bring it up was this. I don't want my rookies play. Like, when you really think about this draft class, I don't know if I want to see Jamari Thrash. I'm fine with Nathaniel Watson on special teams with Miles Harden. Like, really, Michael Hall should be the only one that's getting minutes. If Zach Zinter's got to play, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
I can see maybe sliding in is Nathaniel Watson.
I think maybe Miles Harden if this thing with Newsome.
Sure.
Again, you have your 2 entrenched starters in MJ, but that's just such a deep room.
Yeah.
But if this hamstring thing is still kind of bugging Newsome, Cam Mitchell's going to get the first crack at that in nickel, but maybe Miles Harden slides in there. But here's what Lance writes up about Michael Hall. The team spent heavy draft capital and big money on outside rushers, but finding an interior defensive lineman who can create mayhem in the pocket is a cheat code. Hall is a little undersized at 6'3", 300, but according to Zarius Smith, he sees a little Aaron Donald in him. But he has electric first-step quickness and a variety of rush moves to beat single blocks. We know the Browns can clamp down on offenses, but Hall gives their defense a chance to elevate its threat level to an even higher degree on those passing downs. Yeah. I get it, and it's like, I'd like to maybe have somebody else that I didn't know was going to be Michael Hall, but I kind of came back to Ryan and I say, shouldn't be anybody else. It really shouldn't be. If things are going the way that you expect them to go.
No, yeah, Mike Hall should be the only one that's
getting minutes and impact.
Right. And it wouldn't shock me if by the end of next year it's clear that Mike Hall is better than Shelby Harris, better than Dalvin Tomlinson, better than Quentin Jeff. It would not surprise me at all if Mike Hall is truly the best D tackle in the Browns room right now.
I don't know about right now, but yeah, I think next year you're supposed to be there.
I mean, Grant, he's still a rookie.
Yeah, he's got a lot of growing to do, but
talent-wise, it would not surprise me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some little, there's some little things that you grab onto, and you're like,
he still needs to learn the next step of the NFL, like transfer.
Sure, and I do think there's some guys there can help teach him up a little bit and help, but he's got just a few of those things that you start. There's some things that trust me, I'm not a talent anywhere. It's out of Madden, but like you look at it and you go, there's some things you can't teach, like. As much as you want to make fun of Anthony Schwartz, I see what Andrew Berry saw. He had something that you couldn't teach. It's funny, right? I was getting ready to do Time Hop. So part of Time Hop is I go back and I look at what I've tweeted this day in history. I had a tweet about Anthony Schwartz this day a couple years ago. And my tweet was, even on a field of professional athletes, he stands out with his speed. There was something about his foot speed that was mesmerizing. And I get what Andrew Berry saw. And you just were hoping we can teach him to catch something.
Yeah.
I had a coach that would tell me, he goes, he couldn't catch a cold in the North Pole. And that's unfortunately what they couldn't do with him. So there's little things that you can't teach. Again, some of that's height, weight, weight you can put on, but I'm saying height, speed, things like that. There's a little bit that I see in Michael Hall that you can't teach that twitch. I know that's a real drafty type term, but people are like, oh, he's got twitchiness or he's got bend like Myles Garrett. There's some of those things about Michael Hall I like. And again, slow development here you don't need. But ain't that nice? Dude, how many years have passed that we were putting eggs in a third-round draft pick going, we really kind of need that guy to step up or really need. And you'll find your diamonds in the rough. You found me a Joe Schobert late in the draft, right? You found me some other guys. You're not there anymore. You're not there anymore. And it really, truly is a great place to be. That the Browns, and this semblance of the Browns that'll take the field tomorrow is important, but it's not that important. You just want to get out of there healthy. You don't want to have to worry about injuries, but guys are going to get their work in. There's going to be a little camp battle with some of those spots, and you see how it kind of plays out, which is exciting. The other thing in the football world yesterday.
Bring it up.
Who cares?
Oh.
What?
What are you bringing up? I thought you were going to bring up what
I don't care that Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, no.
What were you going to Wait, what?
Well, just go on. We'll talk
what
about
in the
it.
football?
We'll talk about it after.
No, now I'm interested.
No.
Okay.
Go on your thought.
Who cares about what Jim Harbaugh did or didn't do? Who cares that he's gone? He's not ever going back to college. And the NCAA thinks that they got to save face by handing out some show clause penalty and a year suspension. And then Harbaugh comes out. The reason I want to bring up, so we talked about it on yesterday's show, but Harbaugh comes out and goes, I just really like the NCAA to get back focusing on, helping out the young men and women. They've never done that, Jim. They've never, in the 80 years that the NCAA has been around, they've never once cared actually about the student athletes. They've never once actually been in that business because their business is making money. So with him coming out and trying to flip this back and push it back on the NCAA, making them out to be the bad guys. Listen, you broke the rules, okay? Everybody. NCAA is like NASCAR. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, okay? Everybody's breaking rules. And they got this is a tier 1 violation, or, you lose this or you lose that. He's sitting there laughing while they're running through this sign stealing crap. And you're going to focus your time back in on a guy that's never coming back. You want to make a splash? Banish him for life over a bacon cheeseburger. That's what it was. Impermissible benefits. He bought a recruit during COVID times. He bought him a meal. Because they had all those rules about they thought COVID was transferred on, a sandwich or some bull crap, right? So I can't buy a sandwich. He bought him a bacon cheeseburger. And he got a show clause penalty for that. Great job. Boy, am I glad you guys really got after that and took down Jim Harbaugh like you were supposed to. Jackasses. What did you think I was going to bring up? Now I'm super interested.
I thought we were going to talk about Jerry Jones.
Oh, buddy. What is on that TV? Turn that off.
What?
There are people making out on this TV because Ryan's got the Romance Hub channel
I didn't
on.
put it on.
I'm not saying you did, but can we please turn it off?
I can't unless you can find the remote.
There are people about to have relations in a car. I don't want to watch that.
The remote's dead. I can't turn it off.
Hang on.
Go over to power off.
Oh. Let's turn the action on. You want to watch the proposition?
Sure.
Did you figure out what movie that was yesterday, by the way?
Yeah, we did. It was a country romance.
Okay, Ryan, we have a TV in here that usually puts up graphics and stuff, and somehow somebody turned it on the Samsung TV channel. I turn around, there's people about to have relations in a car. What are we doing over here? All right, no, Jerry Jones. Okay, so here's the thing. The first thing I thought, I talked about this a lot on ESPN last night. So for those who don't know, full context, and if you can find the video, it's hilarious. I'm not making light of this. Is Jerry Jones going senile? Seriously. So yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys don't have CeeDee Lamb under contract. And he needs a deal. This whole thing with Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons going to have to get paid or whatever. So they finally catch Jerry Jones yesterday, and it was in a scrum and a media. Somebody asked if you have any urgency to get a CeeDee Lamb deal done before the season. Jerry goes, I went to high school and college. And you're like, what are you talking about? I don't know if you can find the audio, man. It was hard to find. It wasn't easy. But he starts talking about that he went to high school and college and trying to say stuff I guess trying to make some sort of statement that it's not a big deal. And then CeeDee Lamb comes out with an LOL tweet and goes, well, obviously he's pretty pissed off. And I said this yesterday. Jerry Jones is downplaying this whole situation. That might be it. That might be it. Can you pull it up and play it for us?
Are you saying there's a sense of urgency
Yes.
as you begin the preseason to get CD done?
No.
No? Why you say that?
I'm just, I went to high school. I went to college. I don't know why I said it, but I'm just saying I don't know. I don't have a sense of urgency about getting it done.
That's Biden levels.
Pick any reason you want. I was at Nobu 2 days ago. Give
I was on vacation, so I don't want to give CeeDee Lamb a contract. What is that? And then you saw the awkward laugh where he's like, I hope somebody starts laughing here to get me out of this hell.
Yeah, I don't know what that jumble of words was. That was word
that's
soup.
Jerry Jones. He's owned that team forever. That's not his first time in front of the media. So
I got to listen to that one more time.
Can you pull the video up so people can see Jerry's awkward laugh? Can we give credit to that too, please? We need to give credit. Is that CBS?
NFL and CBS.
Even NFL and CBS. Thank you very much. See if you can pull me this video up. That's perfect. Yeah. That's all. That's it. You're perfect. You're good.
All right.
Ryan's a perfectionist, which I appreciate.
Are you saying there's a sense of urgency as you begin the preseason to get CD done?
No.
No? Why you say that?
Stop it right there. Can you stop right there? Sorry. That was an emphatic, like, no. Not even thinking about it.
Wait, here.
The preseason to get
How quick?
done?
Watch. No. He's like, no, not even a worry. Now, here's where Jerry got fouled up. He was not expecting the follow-up. He just thought when he was going to say, no, there's no urgency. Now, any good reporter, and shout out to these reporters, they go, okay, you just said no. What do you mean?
Why you say that?
I'm just,
Okay.
I went to
Looks
high
like a
school.
turtle.
I went to college. I don't know why I said it, but I'm just saying I don't know. I don't have a sense of urgency about it.
To be fair, he went to high school and college.
I'm not saying he lied. I'm not
He was in Nobu 2 days ago. He was in Nobu 2 days ago.
Ryan, my power was out 2 days ago. Ask me a question. Ask me some question.
Who was the 14th president of the United States?
Ryan, my power was out 2 days ago.
That's fair.
What is Jerry doing?
Oh, man.
So then, okay, so let's take that a step further. Okay, so Jerry Jones pretty emphatically does what? Says no. I have no urgency. Jerry Jones has a level of arrogance. And shout out again, CBS Sports for that clip. Thank you. He's got a level of arrogance for him because he's Jerry Jones. He owns the Dallas Cowboys. He's got the star. He's got all that other kind of stuff. So this is a power struggle where he's basically saying, like, yeah, we're on what he in essence is saying there is, you're on my time. CeeDee Lamb is on my time, and I don't have any urgency to get this done because he's under contract and we'll have to force him to play and all those things, right? Okay, I kind of get it. I think he's wrong, but I get where he's coming from. Then to follow it up and say, well, why don't you have any urgency? All he had to say was, we'll get this done when we get it done. The Cowboys probably feel like CeeDee Lamb's going to play football for them this year. The issue and the misstep that Jerry Jones had was you are messing with CeeDee Lamb's life, okay? This is one of the biggest things that will ever happen to CeeDee Lamb, okay? And he was a great player at Oklahoma, and he was a first-round pick, and he's played well early in his career. This is a career and potentially, and I don't even say potentially, I think it is life-defining move and contract that is going to get slid over to CeeDee Lamb. That is life-changing, generational family money. And Jerry's over here yucking it up. I'd be pissed off if I was CeeDee Lamb too. I'd sit there and go, wait a minute. And it's not like my life is in your hands, Lebowski. Her life was in your hands, dude. This is a big thing to CeeDee Lamb. So to see the dismissiveness of Jerry Jones, that's breaking a bridge. That is burning a bridge with CeeDee Lamb. And if he comes back, and let's say they offer him a contract, right? And it's $33 million, right? I don't think it'll be Justin Jefferson money, but he gets him $33 million. Does CeeDee Lamb look at that? And you want to know what, man? I'd rather go play somewhere else. I'd rather sacrifice a couple $1 million because I don't want to play for you anymore. Like to have, instead of Jerry, play this out. I'm going to be Jerry Jones for a second, all right? Ryan, ask me the question that he was asked.
Do you have any urgency to get a deal done with CeeDee Lamb?
You know, we love CeeDee Lamb. We want him playing football here for a long time. We got to work through a lot of those things. This is very important to us, and we'll work on it. But right now, we don't have anything. We have some time before the season starts, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but he's 97 years
I know.
old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. Instead of, in fact, I don't have any urgency. We'll get to that when we get to it. Yeah, I just got back from Nobu. I just got a vacation, man.
How old do you think Jerry is?
He's 77 years old.
81.
Woo! Doing a little bit better. All right, stop that. You already made one reference to it. Stop that.
It's not their fault.
Stop
it's just what age does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe there should be a cap on ownership of NFL teams too, as much as it is the president. I don't know. But that was just such a... Okay, so here's the other point I was going to make on that too. Say what you want about the Haslams. You see poorly run organizations. And the thing is, you would say, like, the Dallas Cowboys, it's not the 90s anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like, think of, what have they, what is it? Have they won one playoff game in the past decade? Something like that. Something like that. And if they want to just go back and, yeah, it's the Dallas Cowboys and it's Jerry Jones and, man, we're going to get our players out there and we get them out there. We'll get CeeDee Lamb a contract when he's ready to get a contract. Like, they're not run well. I'll take a shot at our Cincinnati brethren right there. They don't have the money. Not a well-run organization, man. The Browns learned. The Haslams learned. They had to pay a lot of money. They made a lot of mistakes, man. I get it. But you look at them now, say what you want about them, they are a well-run organization. That's a fact. That's a bona fide fact. That is undeniable that they are a well-run organization. You might not like that they're going to Brook Park, which is fine. Andrew Barry can miss on a couple of picks, fine. You want to bitch and moan about Kevin Stefanski going forward on 4th down, that's fine. You see these other missteps, man. You see these other things. And I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill in this thing, but I think Jerry Jones up. I really think he messed up with what he was saying yesterday. And we get angry when we don't hear anything from Kevin Stefanski. You know, Andrew Barry's a wizard. He talks for 25 minutes and doesn't say a damn thing, right? That's because that's the other side of it. Mm-hmm. When you say things you're not supposed to say or you leak things out, that makes things harder. That makes things a lot harder. You know, hey, Andrew, what do you think about Myles Garrett and potentially having to get a deal? There's no, I got to know these are apples to oranges, is not the same comparison at all. But it's like, any sense of urgency to get a deal done for Myles? No big deal, right? No, I'm sure Andrew Barry Myles is a great player. What is he always? Myles is a great player. Even how they've handled this Amari Cooper thing, which Ayuk has just been detonated, like that's over, right? But the handling of that, Amari Cooper's not brought up. They keep it so tight-lipped. And you just see, I don't know, Ryan, frankly, how easy it is to screw stuff up and mess stuff up. And I give the Browns credit for that. I appreciate it. I really do. So yeah, we were going on different wavelengths on that with Jerry, but yeah, I mean, that was, dude. And then this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be livid.
Okay. They don't want Dak. Fine. No, I don't want him. That's blood money. He fit here if things go bad. He's going to be available soon. Whatever.
You throw another historic
Well,
bag.
that's what I'm saying. He's getting $60 million a year, which is just nuts. So, like, they don't know what they're doing with Dak. CeeDee's been a massive mess. If you're Micah Parsons, do you not sit there and go, what are you doing? Yeah. Because the other thing, too, I'll bring a little history up here with the Dallas Cowboys. The last two guys that this basically happened where they held out? Zeke Elliott and Zach Martin. You know what happened after they held out? They got record-breaking deals. Zeke didn't work out. Zach Martin's still a fine guard. He's still one of the better in the league, which is fine. But it's like, I almost think it's like this. Jerry knows that he got on those last two deals, and now he's like, now I'm going to play hardball. Now I'm not going to be this thing. His kid a couple of weeks ago going, well, we don't have any state income tax here. Maybe take a little pay cut here.
That's crazy.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when he said that? He goes, well, we don't have state income tax here. Maybe you should take a little haircut on this. They're weird, man. They're weird. I you get to that level, I guess, but it's like the problem is the issue is when you're in that job for so long, you start smelling yourself. You start drinking your own Kool-Aid on that, and you just think that. And I get it. He's Jerry Jones. He owns the team, and he's the general manager. He answers to no one but Roger Goodell, and I don't even know if he answers to that. That might be flipped around on that, to be honest with you. But you start just living in your own little bubble, man. You start living in your own little bubble, and you start doing things the way you think they should be done, and sometimes that ain't the way to do it.
Yeah, I would not be optimistic if I was a Cowboys fan.
No, I wouldn't either, and that's fine. Let them burn, man. Let them burn. Let the Bengals screw up this Jamar Chase thing. I will never, ever be so high and mighty above wishing other teams to screw up. Please. You want to know why? My team screwed up for 20 years, man.
Yeah, for real.
We were handing away wins for 20 years in this town. I am not above asking the Ravens to screw up a little bit. I love seeing the Steelers in the position they're in. Please screw that up. Please somehow piss off TJ Watt. That'll never happen. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not above watching other teams go down in flames. I don't care. I really don't. And especially with how competitive the NFL is, they got to be sitting back, man. And I think this would be a bigger story if you truly looked at the Dallas Cowboys as one of the favorites. And I get it. They're super uber popular and they got a lot of money and America's team and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, the NFL doesn't need them because they have all these other teams, right? They've got teams that are driving the force and they're sitting there just printing money, ratings through the roof. And they have so many teams, right? Think about it. think about the health of the NFL, right? Real quick. Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, Ravens, Bengals, Miami, the Jets, the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not even going to put Dallas in there. The Rams, the Texans, the Colts. Like, you need to see. Those are all teams that you would say, yes, we trust them to steward us into the future, right? There's the health of at least 10 to 12 teams that you look at, and I mentioned the Browns, but and again, it's East Coast, it's West Coast, it's legacy teams, it's new, hot, sexy, up-and-coming teams. The NFL, they are in such a, and you don't need me to tell you this, but they are in such a good spot right now. The health of the league has never been better, at least in my lifetime, to be honest. You got quarterbacks everywhere. You got teams fighting for the playoffs and pushing every single year. It's a good time to be alive, man. That's where we're at, the Browns. Dave wants, Chris Rose mentions Brook Park, and he said, yes, I'm looking to get wasted in this.
I saw that.
I said any stadium discussion is 2 sips. So that's in for Dave. And again, at Matt Fontana 83, at Matt Fontana Show, tweet us something that you think is going to happen in the game tomorrow. I'll tell you this. It'll be better after we send the list out, because then people get a vibe of what we're talking. Right now, it's a little kind of iffy, and especially on Twitter, it's hard to explain. But we'll send that out later. Get more of those coming. Dana tweets, they don't have parking lots in Brook Park. Browns fans are creative. They will find a new Muni lot. I was talking about the history of the Muni lot. I just think it'll be a little different. That's fine. But yeah, they'll find something out there and kind of get it done. Can they overtake? So it was funny. I had to... like everybody, and shout out to all the line workers and everybody. Our power thankfully came back on. Hold out there, look out for one another. We've been saying it all week, right? So I took my son to go spend the night with my grandparents, because they had my parents, his grandparents. So we drove them down to Brunswick yesterday. And what did I do, Ryan? I drove right down 71. And you know what I was doing? I was kind of staring over there. And I was like, oh, they have high power lines and all that. I forgot that Amazon facility was over there.
Where?
It's right on the other side of 237. There's a massive brand new warehouse over there. I
don't think I've seen it yet.
Yeah, so it's I tried to picture where the stadium was going to be, and I think I know kind of where it's going to be, and they still have buildings I'm sure they'll buy and tear down, and get it all fixed up. But I got to tell you, I was driving by, and it was I tried to picture that stadium over there. And I was like, all right, I'm coming around on it. And again, I will say this. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to accept it, but I'm tired of arguing about it. It's happening. I can't stand in the way of it, and I'm just going to miss the Cleveland Browns playing downtown. I'm going to miss them on the lakefront. I'm going to miss them being downtown. It's done. It's over. They're going to Brook Park. It is what it is. So, again, to Dave, and he said he wants to get a little toasty tomorrow. We're going to put 2 sips on that for you, Dave. 2 on that. So, again, do you want to recap that quick before we go to break? Here's what we have for the... It's not the show I do anymore. I was slipping because I knew it was the blank drinking game for a long time. It is the big play preseason drink game presented by Garage Beer. Juwan Briggs, Michael Hall get a sack, 4 sips. The Cade York chug. He hits a field goal. You start drinking when the ball hits his foot. You don't stop till it hits the ground. The Ronnie Hickman interception. Finish your drink. They mention the Green Bay quarterback lineage. Favre, Rodgers, into Jordan Love. That's 5 sips. Any stadium discussion, 2 sips. A Mike Vrabel reference, 3 sips. The who the hell is that? A player makes a play for the Cleveland Browns you didn't even know was on the team. That is 1 sip. The Nick Chubb squat video is shown. 5 sips for you. And then the beer chancellor, which we explained a little bit earlier. We'll do it again later. That's what we got so far.
Sounds
so
good
again, we'll take anything else. I think even if that was just our list for tomorrow. The one thing we don't have is a Green Bay, other than the quarterback lineage thing, something Green Bay. Because, again, when it was, Philadelphia, and again, we had the end with Joe Thomas, we, mentioned cheesesteaks, something like that.
Yeah.
The cheese curds are about it. Oh.
I was going to say that, but I feel like this is going to be a lot.
What if they show a fan in the stands in a cheese head?
I think they're going to show that a lot, though.
That's okay.
1 sip?
Yeah. Do you think that'll be enough Packers fans?
Yeah.
With cheese? Okay, let's do this.
Definitely.
Packers fan shown on camera wearing a cheese head. 1 sip. And I'm fine. We need some 1 sippers. We need some lower ones here. I'm not trying to kill everybody. You better go get a 12-pack. What's that beer doing over there? Probably take some of that stock to free. You know what? It's a good and bad thing, Ryan. My beer fridge is dead. Because it was out for 4 days. All that beer in there is gone. You know what it just means? It means I just got to go buy more.
You can still drink it. It's just skunk.
No, Ryan, I'm not trying to vomit profusely over the
wouldn't
weekend.
Vomit.
Are you kidding me? You've never had skunked beer?
I have.
It's made me sick before.
No.
Really?
No.
And not just beer. Here's the issue. It's not just beer that was always room temperature and got hot. This beer was cold, then got hot, and then you try to make it cold again. It ain't worth it for me, man. It ain't worth it. And I used to have this thing where I would stock up on like seasonal beer, and I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to drink this winter beer all summer long. And it just always sits in there and it's gone. The other problem is, man, we had a bottle of like limoncello that was gifted to us. We had a bottle of this liquor from like near Catawba Island. Like they made like an orange creamsicle kind of thing. It was gifted to us. Fucking gone, man. It's dead.
Sorry, dude.
It's dead. I'm so sad about that. But that means I get to fill my garage beer. I get to fill my my fridge back up.
There you go.
With a little bit of garage. I gotta try the lime. Not having this one. It's warm. It's been in here, but I gotta try the lime there on our friends at Garage Beer. So get geared up, ready to go for the drink game tomorrow. Let's catch a break. Morning update. The futile grid, which will come up. We'll get to that. Plenty more coming up.
What about this, Matt? Hear me out.
Yes, please.
I know we messed up yesterday.
Yeah.
What if, and this will be difficult, what if we complete today's grid in 4.5 minutes instead of the 9?
I mean, again, I want to do the giveaway for the people, but we have a little parameters on it.
But if we did the grid today, 4.5 minutes.
All right, if you're talking about speed run.
If we have to do this grid in 4.5 minutes.
Okay, and I've not seen it yet, have you?
No. Well, I have it pulled up, but like,
you didn't look.
I purposely, don't like ever try to connect any dots yet.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see if we can do it. I want to get the giveaway to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to get the giveaway to the people, but at worst, we just start again next week.
Yeah.
That's what we do. All right, grid, time hop, bracket, all of that. Bob Wiley's gut, I think, out to a lead on Damian Giuseppe for training camp hero of Browns past.
I think it's going to win.
Bob Wiley's gut. It's all coming up right here. Fontana Show on Big Play. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
That's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, I got another one for the drink game. Welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Drop us a follow on Twitter X over the 1K mark. We appreciate you very much on that. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. I guess the giveaway, because the next giveaway, once we hit the grid, you got to get some subscribers over to the YouTube channel. Maybe we do a winner over there next time? Can we do that? It's harder because, we will announce it on Twitter. We'll figure that out. But anyway, subscribe to the YouTube channel just because you love us so much. Twitch and Instagram. Drinking game. Anything with the Olympics. Any sort of Olympic reference. Like if somebody makes a play and they go, they'd be a great high jumper. Like David Njoku was a state champion high jumper.
They might mention flag football in the Olympics in 2028.
Yeah. Breakdancing starts today.
Does it?
Yeah. I've been watching the wrestling. Spencer Lee. Let's go. Kyle Snyder starts today. I just thoughts? Anything Olympics? Do you think they'll make reference? I think that's a little niche-y. Katie Moon, maybe? No. Katie Moon, Northeast Ohio. Chris Rose knows all about her.
You can put it in there. No harm.
Yeah, we got a solid list here. I think the one thing we really need from the people, and jump in the YouTube comments if you can or tweet us, we need something to relate back to the Packers. All we have is Packers quarterback lineage. I need something else with the Packers for the drinking game.
Oh, Angelo says every time they mention Jordan Love's contract.
Oh, I like that. You like that?
Yeah.
I like that.
And then Charles is a good one, too. He said, what if they mentioned Joe Thomas being from Wisconsin?
Yes! Yes, that's a really good one. Jordan Love contract, mention of Joe Thomas being from Wisconsin. That probably will only happen once, right? So that's probably got to be 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We got a lot of 5 sippers. Let's go 4. Jordan Love contract, 3?
Sure.
All right. I'll tell you this, to be more specific, I would like one more 1 sip thing.
Okay.
So what we have is 1 sip. Packers fan shown on camera wearing a cheese head and a, what the hell is that? Didn't know that guy was on the Browns.
Do every sack 1 sip.
No.
There's not going to be many sacks.
No. Yeah, but I like something a little more meaty. Something like more you got to pay attention. Because that's the other problem is you're sitting there and, game goes the way you want. You're going to be sitting there in the 4th quarter. You're going to be like, what's going on?
Just do every first down 1 sip.
No, Ryan.
That's 1 sip.
Come on now. And here's the thing. People, you'll be sitting there sipping, not necessarily having to play the game. Because, yeah, you're right. The whole thing is we want this to be applicable throughout the game, But we'll see. All right. There's solid start. I like where we're at. We'll keep it rolling. Get your suggestions in at Matt Fontana Show, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And let's go.
Already, will the Guardians begin a 4-game series at Target Field in Minnesota? Probably the most crucial series to this point, Matt. They remain 3.5 games ahead of the AL Central. First game, 2:10 today. Guardians starter is not announced yet. Alex Cobb will make his Guardians debut in the second game tonight at 8:10.
I'm excited to see Cobb, and I think whatever he can provide to be that 3rd, 4th starter with Gavin. Here's where you're at. I'm putting my eggs in the basket of Tanner Bybee, Ben Lively, Gavin Williams, who I'm still just going to ride that till the wheels fall off, Alex Cobb, and Matthew Boyd. That's your starting rotation. And it's a lot different than what you thought it was going to be at the start of the season, but that's where we're at. I'm sorry. I love Carlos Carrasco to death, and I hope they put him in the bullpen. It sucks, okay? I've got nothing left for Logan Allen, and I got nothing left for Tristan McKenzie. They already DFA'd Xavier Curry, which I also hated, but it is what it is. That's where you're at. The biggest thing has got to start being some length, man. You have got to start getting to the 6th and 7th inning to slow things down for your bullpen. That bullpen is like a runaway freight train right now. You're using these guys almost every single day. Eventually, that will catch up to you. You got, again, can't be giving up 7 runs in 6 innings, but you got to start getting some length to this starting rotation here. I hope that's what you get with Cobb and eventually with Boyd coming up. It's big. I just love this, man. Here's me my day. Sit down. I'm going to watch baseball all afternoon. Then I got preseason football tonight. Then tomorrow, I get to sit down to watch the Browns, and then I get to watch the Guardians play tomorrow night. I love it. I'm going to sit down with my kid. It's going to be great, and my air conditioning is back on. God bless.
Alrighty, well, Grady Sizemore, former legend here for the Cleveland Guardians, then Indians. He is named the interim White Sox manager after they fired Pedro Grifol, who had an 89 and 190 record over parts of 2 seasons.
Took the Grifol? I'm surprised you didn't turn the cameras off. Ryan hates me so much.
I turned the music off.
I just do it for your reaction, man. Poor Pedro. Not really. Like, dude, he's probably walking out of there just flipping the bird to everybody. Just like, you suck, you're okay. You suck. Like, he wanted to get out of there. Good for Grady, man. And it's like, it's hard because I don't want to see him fail because, like, he's a Cleveland fan, but also I don't want to see the White Sox turn around. So here's what I hope happens. I hope he does well. They go in some other direction because I saw a list of like Skip Schumacher and some other people that make sense for the White Sox. Do well, go elsewhere, and go to an NL team and have a lot of success. We'll see in the World Series, Grady. But like, I know the highlights and Reflog had a lot of them, and he was so freaking good, man. Do you know in high school, Grady Seider, he could have played D1 football. He was that good of an athlete coming out of Seattle. Like,
he receiver?
No, he's quarterback. He's a quarterback. He was a quarterback. He could have played D1 football. He really could have.
Played football with him.
He's a super athlete, man. And I'll tell you this. I have, of all the catches and the inside the park home run and all that, the thing that I always remember about Grady Sizemore, it's just ingrained in my head, bro. After he made 3 straight All-Stars, Silver Slugger, he looked to be on his way. The knee injury. And he got that microfracture surgery, which now they know that's bad. I don't know why I know this, Ryan, but here's the thing. So when you had the degenerative knee stuff, they would do what's called microfracture surgery. And it was a very minimally invasive surgery. They would go into your knee and your bone, and they would break it and do microfractures. The whole point was that your body would then send extra blood, and you would recreate the cartilage that you didn't have in your knee anymore. And they thought, it's a long surgery, but it really helps. Ryan, would you lo and behold that a few years later they found out it grows the wrong kind of cartilage.
Nice.
It doesn't even actually do what it's supposed to do, let alone the long-term effects. It might get you back in the short term, but like Amari Stoudemire, I think, had that, and his career is basically over. Here's the thing about Grady. He got the microfracture surgery, and I don't even think it was necessarily on this knee. But, bro, I think it was like the first game back or the first couple games back. I'll never forget this. He slid into second base, stood up, and started limping. And I go, oh, my God, it's over. And it was.
It's Jover.
It's over. And that was it, man. Again, if I could give him my knees, like, he was that freaking good, man. He had it all. He could do it all. And he was pretty beloved in his town. Grady's ladies, everybody loved him.
What do you think of the Grady's ladies?
I'm sure they're going to steal that from us and the White Sox out there. Because back then he was a young guy. He's a good-looking guy. He had a little Justin Timberlake to him. Everybody loved him.
Didn't he get some unholy pictures leaked?
Dude, don't.
I'm asking you. Because I was like 5. I don't remember. I'm not making that up, right? That happened? No. Where are you going?
Getting a Boobies World coffee cup. That's what it was. You don't remember that?
Yeah, it was at a coffee cup over his junk.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Coming soon to you. Boobies World.
Who do you think you're sending that to? Grady's ladies?
Dude, he was a ball player, man. They got it all.
They got all the tail?
All that, man. They got all the tail they wanted. Trust me. It's all good, bro. Yeah. I don't really want to think about it because now it's in my head, but to each their own, man. To each their own.
Okay, well, lastly for the morning update, we're running a little bit behind, but Team USA is headed to the Olympics final against France after they survive a scare. They rally back down 17. They win 95-91. LeBron 16, 12, and 10. Steph Curry scores a game-high 36, 12 for 19, 9 for 14 behind the arc.
I said that yesterday. I tweeted it, that LeBron knows when to step aside. Like, and that you saw that a little when Kyrie was here in Cleveland, and probably our best example of watching it. Like, his first time here, he couldn't do that. He had to do everything. In Miami, I don't really think he did that just because that was the prime of his career. But like when he came back to Cleveland, there were times that he goes, this is going to be a Kyrie game. This is going to be a Kyrie game. And he had to step aside. Last night, he had to do that for Steph Curry. He goes, Steph is going to be the reason we win this game. And he still was playing defense and passes. And again, Durant hit a couple of shots, and LeBron went coast to coast on that one for that layup. So, I mean, contributed. But that's one of the things about LeBron, that basketball IQ, to kind of read the game and know the sense of kind of where we're at. and he can step aside. Final thing, just to add to the morning update, the Panthers chartered plane slid off the runway this morning.
Yeah, I saw that headline.
The team confirms that their chartered team plane landed safely. After landing safely, did run off the taxiway into the mud. Team can also confirm no injuries and no one was reportedly hurt of it sliding off.
Yeah, bro,
what is the scariest moment you've ever had on a plane?
On a plane?
Yeah. One time for me was we hit some turbulence. I wasn't buckled in, and my head hit the ceiling of the plane.
That's
like that
hilarious.
was, yeah. And I'm a taller guy, but like literally, I was out of my seat. I hit my head. And I've never been afraid on a plane. Like I feel pretty safe on it. But like, have you ever had like a shady landing or anything like that?
I don't think so. Luckily, I don't have any.
The thing that always gets me that's so crazy. I don't know if this is actually true, but I heard that planes like, international planes, they burn a gallon of fuel a second and they fly for 8 hours overseas. Like, how does that, it just does not compute to me on how that happens.
That can't be true.
And I think so. I think so.
A gallon every second.
Yeah.
How do they get return on their
does
money?
a plane use?
No way.
I think I heard that. A Boeing 747 uses about a gallon of fuel per second.
Well,
5 gallons a mile. So during a 10-hour flight, they might burn up to 36,000 gallons of gas.
How much?
36,000. Filling up a Boeing 747 for like a long trip like that costs $450,000 a tank. 36,000 gallons.
I mean, my head hurt.
And a gallon per second on those kind of flights. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yep. There it is. That's nuts. All right. We laid the gauntlet. If we can get it done quick.
So 4.5 minutes?
If we can get it, then we'll get the giveaway. 4.5 minutes. That's what it is. All right. Give me the look. We'll get a look here. Here's the timer. Okay. Are you ready? Go. We got to move.
10 secs. Panthers.
Julius Peppers. Jared Allen.
For the Chiefs?
Yeah. You scroll up because we're just missing a little on the screen there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Pause. Stop. I just want you to resize it there a little. Thank you. All right, there you go. We're back. Go. Jared Allen.
Broncos, Von Miller.
Sure. Okay.
Jets, Panthers, Robbie Chosen.
Yeah.
Who just signed with who?
49ers, because they might get rid of Ayuk. Broncos, Jets. Is that not Mark Sanchez? Oh, no. Well, Tebow, does Tebow work there?
For what?
For the Jets and the Broncos. Yeah, he played there. Oh, no, it was when he went to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow.
What, he played for the Jets?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Jets, Chiefs, the receiver.
I don't know.
McCole Hardman.
McCole Hardman's who you're thinking of.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
Hayden Hurst. No.
We're okay. We're doing all right. Ted Bridgewater.
Tyrod Taylor. Panther. No.
He works for the Chargers, but I don't think he works for the Panthers, does he? Does he?
I don't think so.
All right, hold off on that. D'Angelo Williams, no. Jake Delhomme, no. I really should be naming Chargers players here as we go through. All right, Phillip Rivers didn't go to any of those other spots.
Danny Woodhead, no.
Don't think so.
Melvin Gordon.
Broncos. Melvin Gordon. Good pull. Melvin Gordon. Well done. Okay. Chiefs, Chargers. Chiefs, like Chad Henne, no, I don't think so.
Nick Foles, no.
No, he didn't play for the Chargers.
Antonio Gates never played there.
No.
No.
Khalil
Mack, no.
I had some deep cuts there, man, but no. All right, it's okay. We got time. We're in a good pace here. Good pace here. I just keep thinking of Marty Schottenheimer, and that obviously doesn't really help the situation.
Think of Chargers guys.
Chargers guys.
Just spam Chargers guys.
Obviously, Keenan Allen, no. Austin Eckler, no.
Derwin James, no.
No. Tyrann Mathieu never played for the Chargers. Shane Olivier? No, I don't think he ever went to the Chiefs. By the way, did Shane Olivier pass away? I think he did.
Danian Tomlinson, no.
All right, Dante Hall, don't think so. Dwayne Bowe, don't think so. Jamal Charles, no. Oh, man. Offensive linemen. Kickers. I mean, Dicker the kicker's there now.
Dustin Hopkins, did he ever go to... No. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I wanted to Wait a minute. Wait. Oh my God. He was here. His brother, his dad, they all kick. The Colquitts. Dustin Colquitt.
For who?
I know he kicked for the Chiefs. Did he not kick for the Chargers? Or is it his brother? I don't know. Damn it.
Dustin Colquitt?
Yeah.
Should I rip it?
I mean, we got 30 seconds. 30. Son of a. I didn't like it. We had to rip it. Does Tyrod Taylor work there? I don't think so.
We said that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Does Teddy Bridgewater?
No, I don't think he ever played for the Chargers. That's all right. We tried to.
Chase Daniel and Mike Tolbert.
Mike Tolbert. All right, go back up. I want to see the actual list.
For which one?
The Chargers, Chiefs, Chargers, Panthers.
Oh, Chargers, Panthers.
47. That's not a lot.
Thomas Davis, Russell Okung, Eric Metcalf.
Oh, Eric. Oh, I wish I got that. Russell Okung's a good one too. He's the guy. Did you see Russell Okung? He did a 40-day fast.
Oh yeah, he lost all that weight.
And he lost like 200 pounds.
Yeah, I saw that. And what other one do you want to see?
Go the other Chargers, Chiefs. Not much.
I don't think there was one I could have gotten.
Wow. So that'd have been a tough one for us. That would have been a tough one for us.
Dexter McCluster.
Oh my God, I forgot about Dexter McCluster, man. That's a deep cut there. That's a deep cut right there.
That's so annoying.
I mean, it is what it is, man. We're back at it next week. Like, I think it's I think it's the sanctity of the week is fine. So we should probably hit that. So it kind of is what it is. All right, let's catch our final break. We come back. We'll jump into Time Hop. We'll jump into the drink again. I'm super excited for that. We'll get some plays for the Guardians this afternoon as well. We got it all for you. See you. It's Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. We will get to the preseason drinking game presented by Garage Beer in just a second. So here's the thing. We need your final suggestions for what we're going to add to the preseason drinking game. But I'll tell you, Ryan, I think we have a really solid list thus far.
For the first game.
I think that, again, people will kind of understand what it is, and we'll be a little bit better for it for Game 2 coming up. But I'm excited for that, and especially because on a Saturday, because we don't got anything to do. Well, most of us don't have anything to do on Sunday, which is great. But let's head on back for time out. First, tell you what happened here on the 9th of August already, including 2 years ago today. The Bengals announced that they are renaming their stadium Paycor Stadium. I don't even know what Paycor is. Like, I know Accusure is an insurance company. What is Paycor?
That's a good question.
Is it a payroll services company?
They build HR and payroll software for leaders and frontline managers to help build winning teams.
Listen, I think it's interesting because we live in a world where marketing is important. But, with the naming rights, with that, if you were a company, would you not be like, oh, Paycor, maybe we need that?
Pitbull just bought a stadium.
You see, we bought Florida International, or Florida Atlantic. He bought their stadium.
No, I think it was FIU.
So maybe I was right. Florida.
I think you were right.
I think it was Florida International, yeah. FIU. I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Florida International, right? Yeah, man. I mean, dude, Ohio State is going to sell out eventually. Ohio State will put a name on their stadium eventually. There's no sanctity left. Eventually Wrigley Field. There's a few. Wrigley, Yankee Stadium. They make so much money. Which, I get. And obviously, again, I live in a marketing world. I understand how important it is. And I tell you this, man. Anybody that tries to tell you that marketing doesn't work, they're full of crap and they don't know how it works. Little subliminal things. Now, again, all right, what's your favorite fast food place? And I know it's not Skyline Chili, right?
Does Chipotle count?
Yeah, Chipotle counts, right? So you love Chipotle, so do I.
What?
Do you know what I just saw on Twitter 37 seconds ago before we started this segment?
Chipotle?
The Chipotle ad.
I'm sure you
know. Glitch in the Matrix.
No,
because you know what I was going to say? I saw this ad of this beautiful burrito that they cut open, and I was like, man, we haven't had Chipotle in weeks, and I think I'm going to go get Chipotle tonight, right?
And I might get it again.
That's so creepy. That is really creepy. Because I was going to have you say something else, and I was going to I just saw an ad for Chipotle.
Chick-fil-A.
I love Chick-fil-A. That's what I'm saying. It works. So when people sit there and they go, okay, Paycor, and I get that a lot of times on that corporate level, that just means that the marketing people go to games for free and that they get they get to write that off on their taxes or some bull crap like that. But Cleveland Browns Stadium, eventually that will have a name. When they go to Brook Park, that will have a name. Amazon Stadium. I don't know. They got the Amazon facility right over there. They'll eventually sell it. And I think there are a few that are Like I don't want them to name Ohio Stadium. I like it. It's the shoe. It's Ohio Stadium. I don't want it. Like, it was funny. I used to do this was a long time ago, and I was doing a show with Kenny Rhoda, and Kenny's down at WHBC. Shout out to Kenny. I love Kenny. And it was April Fool's Day, and somebody sent out an April Fool's article that said that Ohio Stadium, the naming rights were bought by Safelite. You know, the people that put the windows in the windshield in your car. Kenny and I were reading it like it was true. It was, you had to scroll to the whole bottom of the article to find out that this was an April Fool's joke. I don't want Ohio Stadium get sold out. I really don't care. Like Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Okay, Dan Gilbert owns Rocket Mortgage. Progressive Field, that's actually fine. Like I've grown. It's not Jacobs Field anymore. I get it. Okay, but like and Brown Stadium. Sure, name it whatever you want. How many people still slip and say First Energy Stadium? You know, I don't want them to touch Ohio Stadium though. And Ohio State prints money. Why are they going to do that?
I'm willing to bet you that in, like, I don't know, let's say 20 years, that there's going to be advertising in the sky. Like, you're going to look up in the sky, and there's going to be, like, a billboard-ish thing for, like, Coca-Cola that's, like, in space.
Yeah, I mean,
tell me that won't happen.
Billboards
Tell me that won't happen.
on your phone, the
gonna be
data. I mean, the thing is, what creeps me out, and I know this is the world we live in, and I'm not hiding anything. All right, your prime example, right? A couple weekends ago, we're sitting up at the lake, and my brother-in-law and I get into a conversation about boats. I didn't Google nothing, Ryan. I didn't go on Instagram. I didn't even touch my phone to Google boats. And do you know what targeted ads I started to get that afternoon on Instagram? Boats. Ski-Doo boats and fishing boats, and I go, I know they're listening all the time. That is the data mine, the selling of your information. That's all the stuff when it starts to get creepy, because all they want you to do is sit and scroll on social media, and then you buy something, or you get on Amazon, you buy this. Like, okay, you want to know the mistake that I made that I'm still paying for a month later? I clicked on one of those retro gaming things. You know those things you plug a stick into your TV, and I have 30,000 Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo games, and I can just play to my heart's content. I clicked on it like an idiot because I wanted to go, man, I wonder if they have some of my favorite Sega Genesis games of a past. Now, I still have my Genesis. I should just plug it in. I clicked on that, bro. A month later, I'm still just getting nothing but targeted ads of like, hey, buy this one, buy that one. And even if you click on I'm not interested in this ad anymore, it just continues on. You got to keep feeding the wheel, man. That's just how it goes. Back this day, 2020, Colin Morikawa won the PGA Championship. Of course, a little late for that with COVID going on. This day, 2019, Browns wide receiver Antonio Callaway was suspended 4 games for the substance abuse policy. I thought they had some in Antonio Callaway, but he's a lot like Josh Gordon, man. Just couldn't put it aside. No. Just couldn't put it aside. Browns preseason action this day, 2018. We beat the Giants 20-10. Baker Mayfield threw 2 touchdowns, 212 yards in that game. Tyrod Taylor got the start and threw a touchdown.
Do you think I could ever guess who?
I have the box score up. What do you want? Who was the other quarterback that played that day?
2018?
He was in our bracket.
Brogan
Roback. 2 for 4, 22 yards. 1,000 fake dollars if you can name the leading rusher for the Browns in that game.
The leading rusher?
Yeah.
Oh, God. 2018.
3 carries for 13 yards paced the Browns this day.
Wow. 2018. So, well, that was the Nick Chubb year.
Nick Chubb had 15 carries for 11 yards.
So, okay.
So he wasn't the leading rusher.
That.
Baker also had 3 carries for 13 yards, but I'm going to defer to the running back that actually had the carries.
You think I could ever get a million years?
No.
Then just tell me.
Matthew Days.
Yeah, no
remember
shot. No.
Dontrell Hilliard had 8 carries.
I remember him.
Carlos Hyde had 1 carry. He was your starter. Duke Johnson had 1 carry. Ironically, your leading receiver, Antonio Callaway. 3 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown. Jarvis had 2 grabs. Devin Kajust had 2 grabs. Damari Scott had 2 grabs. Darren Fells targeted. Derek Willis, Damian Ratley, CJ Board. Defensively, BJ Bello had 4 tackles. Denzel Rice, James Burgess, Jermaine Grace, Jamie Collins, TJ Carey, Derek Kindred, Terrence Money Mitchell. Michael Kendricks, EJ Gaines, Jamie Meter.
Nice.
All in this box score for the Browns when they beat the Giants this day, 2018. For the Giants side of things, Saquon Barkley had 4 carries for 43 yards. Davis Webb, Alex Tanney, Kyle Loletta, and Eli Manning all played in that game back in 2018 for the Browns. I'll tell you this, that's not the last preseason game that we get to, because we go back to 2014. Now we're getting into it here on you. Browns-Lions. Do you know what that game is signified by, Ryan?
Browns-Lions.
Preseason.
Yeah, why was that important?
You don't know what it is? The GLC, the Great Lakes Classic, the battle for the barge, man. You don't know about that?
No.
We used to fight the Lions for a barge that I have a picture with.
Did not know that.
It was because the Battle of the Great Lakes. And I get buffaloes up there too, but like we are on the Great Lakes with them. So we would play for this. Dude, this thing was this wide, about 50 pounds.
Wow.
The funniest thing was they created it when the Browns came back. Bro, it sat in a closet in Berea for about 15 years before they actually brought it back out for the GLC. There's a song. Go Google YouTube the song, the GLC. You think I just made that up? The GLC. Great Lakes Classic. 2014 leading passer for the Browns.
So 2014, that wasn't Johnny.
He was in there, but he was not the leading passer. It was Hoyer.
Okay.
So Hoyer, and Tyler Thigpen played. Manziel was your leading rusher with 27 yards. Ben Tate had 25 yards, as did Terrence West. Marquise Gray, remember him? He was actually a quarterback at Minnesota. They turned him into a tight end. He had 51 yards. Josh Gordon, 2 receptions for 32. Taylor Gabriel, Andrew Hawkins, Miles Austin, Jim Dre, Gary Barnage, and Willie Snead all in there on the receptions. Zach Dials on defense, John Hughes, Leon McFadden, Jordan Poyer, K'Wan Williams, Jim Leonard, Barkevius Mingo, Johnson Batamosi.
Does that mean Buster Screen?
I think he was gone by then.
No.
I think so. No, I guess not. 2014. I was actually.
He may not have been on the Browns.
He might not have been there yet. I think you know what? I think you're right. Did they ever catch him? By the way, isn't he in jail?
Something
robbed
like
a bank,
run or something like that.
No, he was gone by then.
Really?
He was on the Browns from 2011 to 2014.
Oh,
so
okay.
I guess he should have been there because he left after that season.
Okay.
But I didn't see him in the. Yeah, I didn't see him in the. He's not in the box score. Chris Obanaya, remember him? Tank Carter. Huh. Good time. Starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions, Matt Stafford, Kellen Moore, and Dan Orlovsky.
Kellen Moore, wow.
All played in that game.
Dan
Orlovsky back in 2014. This day, 1988, the Edmonton Oilers traded Wayne Gretzky to the LA Kings. Probably not a good trade. This day, 1981, the MLB All-Star Game was held right here in the city of Cleveland. A little late for an All-Star Game, but here we are. August 9th. Oh, wait, did they have a... That's right. The game is only one of 2 All-Star games in history to be played outside the month of July. The game was supposed to be Tuesday, July 14th, but was canceled due to the players' strike. And then they brought it to Cleveland. At the time, 72,000 people were at Municipal Stadium. It broke the stadium's own record of 69,000, nice, in 1954, and it is still the most the highest attendance for an MLB All-Star game was this day, 1981. Would you like your starting lineups for each side?
Sure.
National League, Pete Rose, Dave Concepcion, Dave Parker, Mike Schmidt, George Foster, Andre Dawson, Gary Carter, Davey Lopez, and Fernando Valenzuela, all starting for the NL. AL, Rod Carew, Willie Randolph, George Brett, Dave Winfield, Ken Singleton, Reggie Jackson, Carlton Fisk, Bucky Dent, and Jack Morris was the pitcher. The National League got the win 5-4. Let me see. American League roster. I want to find out who made it for the Indians. Len Barker made it 1981. Of course, threw the perfect game. So he was in there, as was Bo Diaz And that was it for the Indians that made it back in 1981. So the All-Star game was held right there. This day, 1974, Gerald Ford assumes the presidency after Richard Nixon resigned the day prior. This day, 1946, it was the first time in Major League Baseball history that all games being played that day were played at night. They had 8 of them, and they were all played in the evening. It's an interesting question, and you'll see where I'm going here in a second. What's the chachiest tourist thing that you've ever done? Like touch the bean in Chicago, go get your pizza at New York. Like, what's the chachiest touristy thing you've ever done? You want mine?
Maybe. Oh, I know mine. I took a picture that made it look like the Washington Monument was my wiener.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Very popular.
That's a classic.
Well, mine, holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
Because this day, 1173, the construction began on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's why I bring it up. Just sitting there. Do you want to know the worst part of that picture? Is that in the background, you see 15 other people doing the same thing that I'm doing. And there were people doing the same thing where they lean back and the Leaning Tower of Pisa is their unit. Yeah, that happens. But started construction. This day, 1173. Still holding strong. Very happy birthday goes out to Primetime. Deion Sanders celebrating a birthday today. Brett Hull, John Hot Rod Williams, Jamarcus Russell, Whitney Houston, Anna Kendrick, Bill Skarsgård. Have you seen that new It prequel that's coming out?
No, I have not.
The Crow. I guess they remade that. You can go watch that, I guess. Dan Levy of Schitt's Creek fame, Gillian Anderson of X-Files, and Smokey the Bear. The actual bear cub that they rescued. And I saved the best for last. The stranger himself from Lebowski, Mr. Sam Elliott, celebrating a birthday today. So I think draft day, he plays the Wisconsin coach. The stranger, of course, from Lebowski. But then he was also that other guy in Roadhouse. He helped Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Wasn't he in Family Guy?
Sam Elliott? Probably. At some point.
He played Adam West's brother. That was the
did
rancher.
he? Okay. I know him from Parks and Rec when he plays Eagleton Ron.
Wait, let me make sure I'm thinking of this right, dude. Sam Elliott.
He's got the mustache. He got the really, really raspy voice.
Yeah, he voices Adam West's brother.
Oh, he does? All right, so there you go, Sam Elliott. All right, a couple movies and TV shows if you're interested in this one. All right, we start... we go back to a film. I thought I had one more here, but I guess I don't. All right, this day, 2002, it's a movie... It's not a great movie. Where...
What year?
2002. I should not have Googled that. Oh, my God. It probably gives you a little hint about what I just Googled. But...
What?
Okay. It's like...
iRobot?
Yeah, no. I'm going to read this, okay? A thrill-seeking extreme sports enthusiast and rebellious athlete turned reluctant spy for the National Security Agency.
What?
A thrill-seeking extreme sports enthusiast, stuntman, and rebellious athlete is forced to turn into a reluctant spy for the National Security Agency.
I have no idea.
I Googled XXX because the movie's called Triple X, and you know it came out. So you never seen Triple X with Vin Diesel?
I've never even heard of it.
He played, and I think there's multiple of these. He's Xander Cage. That's his name. So the idea is like the security people are like, we need somebody to like jump a dirt bike onto this boat because you got to rescue this guy. Like I've never seen it. I've seen like one scene of it. It's not great, but Xander Cage with Triple X this day 2002. All right, final one. A television show that debuted this day 1985. And follows a guy with a very high pitch. Oh, no, this is the movie. Okay, so this is also based off of a television show. But the movie was released this day, 1985. It's a guy with a very high-pitched voice who got his bike stolen.
Pee Wee Herman?
I'll give it to you. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. My bike! creepy. I think Pee Wee Herman's creepy. And I unfortunately, didn't Paul Rubens pass away?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's I don't take joy, but like Pee Wee always creeped me out.
Yeah, it's a little
the
weird.
voice, it was definitely a little bit weird. It's not weird. The preseason drink game presented by Garage Beer. Let's go. The finals are here. We'll get to our bracket in a second too. So here's anything else we need to add? Anything else that we need to add right now? So this is what we have. I'm going to run through every list. We're going to have to reorder it and all that. Juwan Briggs, Michael Hall sack, 4 sips. The Cade York, not Dustin Hopkins. Cade York, if he gets into the game, field goal chug. You start drinking when he kicks the ball. You stop when it lands. Ronnie Hickman interception, finish your drink. They mentioned the quarterback lineage for the Packers, 5 sips. Any mention of the discussion of the stadium is 2 sips. Do we want to keep the Flacco reference in there?
We don't have to.
I think I'm going to take it out. Mike Vrabel reference, 3 sips. The who the hell is that player is 1 sip, where that player is on the Browns. You didn't even know they were. It's 1 sip. Nick Chubb's squat video, 5 sips. Any Packers fan who must be wearing a cheese head is shown 1 sip. Mention of the Jordan Love contract is 3. Joe Thomas being from Wisconsin is 5. And then I'll explain the beer chancellor in the thing. Anything else?
I mean, it sounds pretty good for me for the first one.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reorder these so they're in order of sips, okay?
Right.
I'm going to send it to you, and then we can create the graphic we're going to send out with Garage Beer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there we go. So I'm going to reorder these based on sips. Mike Vrabel reference is 3. Juwan Briggs. I got a lot of 5ers in this, man. Got a lot of 5ers in this. Okay. All right. I think I got it. I'll explain that. We'll send it over. We'll wrap it up there. Final thing for us, Ryan. In the spirit of the Cleveland Browns in preseason.
Yeah, well.
It is gut. Do it.
Yeah, his gut won.
Bob Wiley's gut.
Bob Wiley's gut.
Is the most obscure random Browns training
2
camp.
was Sheehy Giuseppe. Then
What were the numbers on that?
Bob Wiley's gut, 39.2%.
Okay, so it was close.
Sheehy Giuseppe, 30%.
Okay, semi-close.
18. Austin Watkins, 11.
There you go. All right, tomorrow, as we've been talking about, just get out of that healthy. I want to see a little Jameis Winston. Are there any rookies that you want to kind of see what they got? I think Michael Hall, for a lot of people, and I'm assuming he'll get some run. Can I give you another guy that kind of gets lost in this whole thing? We brought him up a few times. Siaki Ika, man.
Yeah.
What's up with him? I know they need him to thin down a little bit, but that's it. I do want to see Jamari Thrash make a couple of plays out there, which I think would be nice. Running back situation, I don't know if you're going to get Jerome Ford. Deontay Foreman's probably not going to play. Pierre Strong,
Naeem
Hines going to have to get some run out there, so we'll see that. Offensive line,
Zinter,
little Luke Whippler maybe.
Yeah.
Some of that a little bit. The tackles, you think DeJuan Jones going to play tomorrow? No. I actually think he might.
You think so?
I actually think he might. He's been healthy in camp, right? He's been out there pretty much every day. Do you want to? I was going to add if he pancakes a guy before sips, but he's got to play. I'll leave it up to you if you want to put that in there. Defensively, again, I don't expect a lot of the starters to play, which is fine. Maybe a little bit of battle there, like Miles Harden, Cam Mitchell, that backup corner spot there, maybe just a little bit.
Nathaniel Watson.
Yeah, I do. Nathaniel Watson would be nice, and then really the defensive line there, with Briggs and Michael Hall. That's kind of what we're watching for. Get out of there healthy. Don't get hurt. I don't know what else to tell you, and we'll be on our way to that. Speaking of be on our way to that, guards doubleheader today. Let's go. 2:00. I'm just going to run through the trends for you because the trends will be good for the afternoon as well, kind of. All right, so on the hill is TBD for us. They have Bailey Ober going. Twins are the favorite in the first game, minus 142. Let me do this. Okay. Let me do that. All right. Game 1. They have this listed as Tristan McKenzie. Seriously, I'm on Bet365 right now. They have Tristan McKenzie listed.
Did we miss an announcement?
I don't know. Go to the guards. What are we missing here? Wait a minute.
No way.
No. Did they call him back up? Cleveland Guardian. I don't want Vidi Guandino from Jersey Shore. Come on now. They haven't tweeted yet today. The Guardians haven't. All right, let me do
What do they know
Guardians.
that we
Go to
don't?
Guardians Insider. They're the ones that we got to know. Guardians Insider is the one that has official player development. No, man, they haven't tweeted today. All they got is Chase the Water from yesterday. By the way, man, he came back off that foot injury, doing pretty well. I don't know, man. They have Tristan McKenzie listed here.
You're on Bet?
Yeah, Bet365. That's where I bet. They got. You want me to check Fanatics? That's the other place I bet. MLB. See, they have Alex Cobb as the first starter. And that I don't think that's true. I think he's pitching tonight.
Where do you see McKenzie?
I swear to God, are you on Bet365?
Yeah.
So when you go
to baseball,
go to, even if you go like click the same game parlay. Oh, let me do this. Go to this, sports, and then click on baseball. I don't know. Here, can you see that? You see how all the games are listed? It says Tristan McKenzie. I don't know if that's true or not. It might just be a glitch in their system. I don't know. Okay. Twins are a minus 140 favorite. Guards are plus 120. Over-under is set at 8.
They do have McKenzie.
That's what I'm saying. I know that's weird. And that might just be like a glitch on their end. I don't know. Coming in, we're about equal. We score 4.6 runs. They score 4.9. They strike out about 8.5 times per game. We strike out on an even 8. Why don't I have stats for Bailey Ober
so
here?
interesting.
I know. Something's up, man.
I'm about to tweet that.
All right, Bailey Ober for the Minnesota Twins on the season, he's got an 11-5 record with a 3.7 ERA. His last start 6 days ago against the White Sox, he went 7 innings. He only gave up 2 runs. In 4 starts smattered in the month of July, he had 3 wins and a loss and did not give up more than 3 runs. In 4 starts in the month of July, he only gave up 6 runs. And he averaged, dude, this guy's a strikeout machine. 7, 11, 4, 6, and 8. Those are the last 5 starts for Bailey Ober. You want a good bet? Probably over 5 strikeouts for him. 5 or over is the play there for Bailey Ober. I didn't even mean to do that. I'd like him to split, but I don't know. And then, okay, here's the trends real quick. Over has hit 6 out of the last 7 games for the Guards. We're on a 5-game losing streak, but you want to know something crazy? We're on a 6-game win streak against the Twins. The under has hit Guardians 7 out of their last 8 games on the road and 7 out of their last 8 games when they're up in Minnesota. For the Twins, over has hit 5 out of their last 7 games. They're 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games at home and 5-2 straight up in their last 7. I mean, I'd like to know who's starting very much.
It's a glitch.
Dude, who would know better than the inside betting people? They would know. We don't. Maybe they think it's Tristan McKenzie. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Sure. All right. We don't know who's starting. I can't not bet against I'm not going to bet against the Guards. So I'll do this. I'll take them on the over. All right. I'm going to take the Guardians to win. Plus 120. I'll take Bailey Ober 5 or more strikeouts. I'm going to take... Shoot. He's a righty.
Charles says he saw Tristan an hour ago on Facebook. He said, not sure how reliable it is with a fan group.
Oh, that he was at the ballpark?
Okay.
Maybe it is. What about Andres Jimenez hit? He's coming around a little bit. Can I do this? Bailey Ober, 5 or more strikeouts. Andres Jimenez to get 1 hit. Guardians win. 3-leg plus 450, man. That's pretty spicy. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
$5? Give me $5? I'll get that. Boom. Done. We're in. All right. Appreciate everybody joining us. We'll get the drinking game out presented by Garage Beer. Follow at Matt Fontana Show, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We'll get it all out over there, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. Enjoy the hell out of the weekend. If you still have power out, please stay safe out there. Look out for one another, and we'll talk to you on Monday. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.